welcome back. Thanks for joining me again. This is Karen with Creative Paper Artisan, and I am really excited to finish up my Chunky Girl, my Slay Your Own Dragons journal that I've made for myself. I'm not selling it. I'm not giving it away. It's for me. It's all for me. It's actually the first journal for myself that I've made for myself. So I'm really excited about it. And of course, I put a lot of love and attention into her. So if you've seen my other previous two videos about how to make this ridged spine cover, you saw my process there, and then how to do the hidden spine for these big fat signatures that I created for this journal. And I was debating about whether or not I should, do much more to this, because I kind of like it plain too. I think it's pretty with the copper and all that good stuff, but I felt like it needed something more. So I'm gonna make her special, and I finally came up with an idea. So I'm gonna do this with you, and hopefully it will turn out as great as I hope. So here's the plan. I really love this image from the kit. So I went ahead and printed it out again. I could have done it. I actually meant to do it on cardstock, but I didn't. It's just regular paper, but it should be fine. It should be just fine. So I'm going to, of course, cut this down to size. And I have this awesome chipboard frame from Tim Holtz, one of his packages. And I think I'm going to frame her up. I want to be able to see her pulling the bow like that. And then I have this chipboard dragon that I've had for a while. I had him painted already. I just used, what did I use? I think I just used ink, like Distress ink, and I just smudged it on here and did a different color for his little belly there. And because this cover has put a lot of copper accents onto it, I gave him some copper accents as well. So I believe the plan, unless I change my mind last minute, will be, I'm going to put some copper accents around here too. I think along the edges there. I'm going to place her inside there and place him kind of like flying around like this. And then I have this charm that I wanted to use, but I hadn't found a really good place for it. But I believe I'm going to place her right here and then add another little something to her. So, and maybe do a little extra here for her. So she will be the crowning touch. But I'm going to go ahead. He's pretty much done. I'm going to go ahead and do the copper around here. And I'm not doing anything fancy. Oh, let me get this. Not doing anything fancy with it. I'm just going to use my finger like I did on the cover. And just kind of give it a rustic, haphazard feel. And since this is paint, once it dries, it shouldn't smudge off of this kind of glossy material here. So we shall see. We shall see. I'm just going to play with this for a bit. Okay, well, that dried surprisingly quickly. All right, so here we go, a little haphazard around the edges and maybe a little bit more uniform around in the middle there. And I'm going to, because I have a very limited space, this, I believe, I want her to be exactly where I want her to be, if that makes sense. So I want to be sure that I get it just right. So I'm just going to trace around here. And then I'm just going to cut just slightly smaller than where I drew the line. Okie dokie. So I just went ahead and cut the edges straight. It made more sense. I just don't want to make sure, I wanted to make sure I didn't have too much. I needed some more, to play with if I need to switch things around, but I think this will work just great. So, okay, so now my quandary is, do I want to center it exactly? Let me see. When I've got him over here, I want him hanging off just a little bit. I think that'll be good. I think I will do it right in the middle. Right in the middle. And I thought about covering this with Mod Podge, but I printed this on my LaserJet printer, and it already has a really nice sheen to it, and there's not going to be any smudging. So I'm just going to leave it as that. But now my other question is, do I want to add some cheesecloth? And I think I do. I need to bring back, I think, some of that the black cheesecloth that I used for the little spine here. Let me see what happened to that. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. So before I glue anything down, I just want to make sure that I have what I want in place. Let me see. Maybe I should do. What if I did? That'd be too much. Would it be too much? I might just do little strips. I think I will just kind of do. I think I just want a few little spots peeking out. Well, this stuff likes to stick, doesn't it? Okay. Okie dokie, let's see here. Put her about like that. Maybe just the top and the bottom. Yeah, I think just the top and the bottom. Looks a little more scruffy that way, and I like the idea of the scruff. So, okay, I'll have to cut that down a little bit more. Let's see. Okay. I think I like it a lot. Oops. Yeah, I like that. Okay, that's what we're doing. That's what we're going for. So I think what I'm going to do first is kind of tack her down on here, because I really do need this to be the exact right spot, because I want this picture to be, I only have so much room to work with, right? So I think I'm going to just do some of the glue stick just to tack her down. We'll be doing some more permanent gluing before it's all said and done. But don't want any scruff. So we don't want scruff where it doesn't need to be. Okay, so let's see, right about there. That's where I like her. Okay, so now I can deal with this a little bit easier now. Okay. So I'm going to place this about where I want it. About so. And then if I place that there, I kind of like the extra scruff hanging off there. Maybe I may not have left that long enough. Let's see here. Maybe I'll balance it out by putting the, I don't know, I'm just talking to myself now. Ay, okay. I don't know. I think I might cut a bigger piece for that. I think I went a little too shy there. Here we go. This one's bigger. It's not as scruffy. Let's scrunch it up. Scruff it up a bit. Okay. Now, how do I like that? Okay, I think that's about gonna do it for me. I like that. So, and of course, it's all gonna change once I move it to glue it, but that's okay. Cheesecloth is very, very moldable and in a good way. Usually, sometimes it's makes it a little bit tough to deal with, but that's okay. I think this will work pretty good. Pretty good. I sure don't need a whole lot, that's for sure. Okay, and of course it's going to be glued down even more once I put the whole kit and caboodle down. But, okay. Get the extras off. Okay, so I think I'm going to use my E6000 glue to get this on. I'm wondering, hang on, if I want some black on top too. I think I might. Well, let me put her on first. Let's get her situated. All right, let me get her centered here. All right, so I'm really digging the idea of adding a little bit more of the black cheesecloth to the outside as well. Just a touch, and maybe here as well. Yeah, I think I like that. I think I do. Okay. So now the other thought is here, when I place Mr. Dragon here, I kind of like him right here, but he covers this girl. So I want to move him down just enough so that this little warrior lady is still showing. But then what concerns me is his tail. I don't want it to break off, so I'm going to need to secure that somehow. Let me go ahead and glue him, though. Let me go ahead and glue it all the way that it looks good, and then we'll deal with the structural stuff later. So now I need to, while that dries, I'm going to find something. I'll come up with something that will support his little tail there. Maybe his little foot too. All right, hang tight. Okay, I found a solution. I found my little pop dot adhesives, and they're pretty small. And I think it'll work for the tail. I'm not sure I'll even need it for this. Once this is stabilized, I think this will be okay. But I didn't want this, these white dots showing up on this really cool cover. So I made a stack of 3 to give it more height. And I just wrapped it in my, leftover cheesecloth. And I'm just going to leave it kind of scraggly like this. And I think it'll add to the scruffiness. I'm seeing some white, though, still showing. So I'm going to just take a black Sharpie and maybe ink in some of that so that it's all as inconspicuous as possible, You know what I mean? I think that should do the trick. Okay. Yeah, I like it. Okay. So let me put a little dot. Oh, got a bubble going. A glue bubble. Okay. Oops. Things are starting to stick to me again. Okay, I'm going to put a little dot there. And another dot on the top. Or bottom, whatever it is. Doesn't matter. And I guess I'll make that the bottom. All right, I'm going to gently slide it in here. I don't want to break his tail off while I'm doing it. That would be a moot point, wouldn't it? Okay. So I think that'll work nicely. That gives it some good support. And maybe with this, I may just add some glue under his leg because it's lifting up a little bit. So I may do that. As soon as this tail section dries, I will do that. All right, that's looking pretty good. And I'm going to add a little bit of glue underneath. And I'm going to show you another trick just in case you've never seen this before. I remember when I first saw it, I thought, brilliant. So if you ever need to get some glue up under something that's already glued down, you can't really lift it, but there still needs to be more glue that goes in there. Just cut a piece of cardstock at a triangle at a tip. And then add your glue to the very tippy tip. It might be a little harder because this is thicker glue, but it works really well with regular glue. But this should still be fine. So then you just kind of go where it needs to go and you just slide it underneath and then kind of, smear the glue off. There we go. And then boom, it's done. The glue is where it needs to be and it didn't get all messy all around it. So yeah, I love that trick. One of the best tricks I've ever learned. Maybe one of these days I'll do a compilation of the best tips and tricks I've ever seen. Whether somebody showed them to me or whether I figured something out on my own. I may do that. Let me know in the comments below if you'd like to see a compilation of tricks and hacks. And I'll work on that for you if anyone would like to see that. So, okay, I think that's good. All right, so now the crowning touch, the beauty, let me see. Okay, I thought I had cut another piece. I think I may have used that piece to wrap my little thing around. That's okay. I'll cut another piece. Clearly, I have plenty. Clearly. So let me just... All right. Scruff this up a bit. I think I'll lay that there. And then lay this here. But here's the thing. Notice this is gold and this is copper. I do have a gold charm here. So I've got a combination of gold, silver, and copper. So I'm not sure, but I'm going to try something. Why not? Go for broke, right? I'm going to, what did I do with it? Oh, here we go. I'm going to see. I may ruin it. Oh my goodness, I'm scared now. I'm going to put some of this copper paint over it. Just very gently. And see. Just over the very tippy top. And if a little gold shows through, that's actually not bad. A little gold shows through, that's okay too. But, ooh, I think I like it. Oh, I'm glad I tried that. Yes. Maybe I'll leave the edges gold and the top and bottom silver. No, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to do the edges gold too. Or copper. I don't know my colors anymore. Okay, yeah, I think that's going to be awesome. That's going to be awesome. Yeah. Cool. Okay, let me let that dry for just a bit. This actually dries quite quickly. Yes. Okay, let me let that dry, and I'll be right back. Okay, this should be dry enough. Should be. I went ahead and did the edges too. I didn't think about that until later, but I went ahead and did that. I think it's dry. Okay. So let's get this on here, like so-ish. Just a little dab there. That stuff is so sticky. I try not to actually touch it. Ay. Okay, all right. And then back to the big guns to put this on, because it's heavy. It's very heavy. I don't know if you have been able to read it. I keep moving it around. It says, I figure if a girl wants to be a legend, she should just go ahead and be one. I love it. So let me just put that there. All right, so I think that fit very nicely with the Slay Your Own Dragon empowered woman journal, basically, is what this is. All right. Let's get this in place here. Yes, I like it a lot. And that's so heavy. It's just like putting itself in its place. Ay. All right, I want to make sure it's centered. Okay, so now the crowning touch. It's tiny. This was a charm, so it has a hole there, and I mean, it's okay. But you know me, it's going to bother me. I'm going to put this tiny little, it's actually a brown little, blingy pearl thing. It's brown, but I think it goes very nicely with the copper. So I'm going to very carefully, let's make it messy. Hang on. Make it messy. Very carefully place it right over the hole. I'm going to use my pencil. There we go. Okay. Right where the hole is. I'm going to tap it in place. Oh, yes. I'm loving it. Okay. She's done. She is done, you guys. I'm so excited. I'm so excited that you joined me on this journey. I really am. This has been just so wonderful for me. to do to finally finish this journal. So I don't want to pick her up right now. I want to make sure everything dries. So I'm going to leave her as she is right here and just call it a day. And thank you so much for joining me. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. I would absolutely love to have you as a subscriber. And I will very shortly be doing a flip through of the whole journal so you can see all the innards and all the lovely stuff that's in there as well. So that will be my next video. If you hit the notification bell, then you'll be sure to get a notification when that video comes up. All right, you guys, thank you so much again for watching. I hope this has inspired you and given you some ideas. All right, bye.